Welcome back to the Dragon Den, my loyal Dragonites. King of Dragons 5000 is back with another action figure review. Today we'll be taking a look at the Medicom Toys Mafex Bane from Batman Knightfall. And here we have Bane posed and out of the packaging, and this is one figure I've been looking forward to. Before we have a look at his details, let's run through his accessories. Bane will come with 2 different face sculpts. Bane will come with 6 different pairs of hands for various style posing, and they all look good. Other than that, Bane isn't going to come with any other accessories, so with that out of the way, let's have a closer look at Bane. And so here we have a closer look at the Mafex Bane, and have they done a great job here. There's a lot of details here in Bane that are done flawlessly, and I absolutely love what they did here. Taking a look at the head sculpt, they did a really good job sculpting Bane's mask. The red lenses are done fantastically, and I love the way it contrasts the white of his mask. Some details in his face is his furrowed brow, which is pretty prominent, and I love the way the mask looks around his head. He does have a zipper at the top of his mask going all the way down to the venom tubes. And the venom tubes going into the back of his skull look really nice, done in silver paint. And one little detail that I love is the fact that you can see that his mask isn't properly zipped up all the way on the back of his neck. Taking a look at Bane's body, his torso is done very nicely, and I love the musculature here on his torso. The skin tone looks phenomenal, and we do actually have some really good shading here. And you can see his shirt is nicely sculpted, and I absolutely love the way it looks here. His shirt is sculpted all the way through, going all the way to his back, and one detail I absolutely love is the fact they actually painted some hair on him. As you would expect, Bane has some very massive arms which look good and continue that really impressive flesh tone. They did a good job painting the arm hair here on Bane, giving him a little more character. On his left arm you can see an armband which does hold the venom tube, and on his gauntlet you can see the control panel for his venom. And then Bane is wearing these fingerless gloves which look really good, and they did a good job painting his fingers and his hand. Bane's belt is done in silver plastic where you can see the circular buckle in front. And then the segments to his belt are still done very nicely, with each part sculpted nicely. His pants are going to be done in that same black plastic which looks good, and we do have some folds and wrinkles here. Despite not being skin tight pants, you can see that Bane's legs are quite muscular underneath his pants. I love the way the striation in his muscle looks and the way the fabric goes around his leg muscles. And you can see that his pants are tucked into his combat boots, where the combat boots are actually sculpted very nicely. And one great detail is that Bane's boots are done in this really nice glossy black paint. We do have laces sculpted in his boots, and they actually painted them a different color from the rest of his boot. And his boots have some surprising detail from the way they're sewn on all the way to the pull tab on the back of his boots. In terms of detail, Mafex has done an absolutely great job here with Bane, where we do get some hair throughout his body, some glossy boots, and the black and flesh tones are done very nicely. With the paint and details out of the way, let's compare Bane to our usual suspects. Here we have Bane posed next to a Marvel Legends, Cyclops, and DC Multiverse Superman. Mattel's WWE Elite Series and Mezco's 1/12 Collective Popeye the Sailor Man. The Lightning Collection White Ranger and the Star Wars Black Series Mandalorian. And finally we have the Mafex Bane posed next to the Mafex Night Crusader Batman. Despite being a Mafex figure, Bane is going to be slightly taller than your standard 1/12 scaled figure. And for his first appearance, his height here is actually quite accurate to Batman. So with the comparisons out of the way, let's have a look at Bane's articulation. Bane does have a double ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck. Ball socket butterfly joints and ball socket shoulders. Arms go out to the side and do a full 360. He has a bicep swivel and double hinged elbows. Ball hinges in the wrists. Bane does have a double ball joint in the upper torso and a ball joint in the lower torso. Legs do kick forward, go back, out to the side, and have a thigh swivel. Bane does have a double hinge in his knee. Bane does have a double ball joint in his ankle, and finally a toe hinge. So despite being a much bigger figure than your standard Mafex figure, Bane will carry over the same articulation. So with everything said and done about the Knightfall Bane, let's get him posed for my final thoughts. One of my all-time favorite Batman villains has been brought to life perfectly here by Mafex, and there's really hardly anything I can say bad about this figure. In terms of accuracy, Mafex has done a great job capturing the look of Bane from the Knightfall graphic novel and bringing him into action figure form. I absolutely love the fact that we get at least 2 different faceplates where they could have even given us no heads with Bane and I would have still been happy with that. Add to it getting 6 different pairs of hands for Bane is a welcome inclusion, seeing as how we can get him in a lot of great poses now. This is such a well done figure, it's really hard for me to find anything to be nitpicky about because Mafex has pretty much made the perfect Bane. I know a lot of people will be complaining about Bane's height, saying that he's too small, when in reality this is about how big he was in the Knightfall graphic novel. So in terms of scale, he actually is properly sized to the Night Crusader Batman. I think it would have been nice if it included a battle damage head for Batman, but overall Bane here is a solid figure. If you are looking for the Mafex Bane, he is starting to hit stores at the time I'm making this video, and I did pick up mine from Hobby Link Japan for about $75. I think this Bane is done so perfectly that you can even put him in the Hush line and he'll look perfect with that series as well. If you haven't already done so, I highly recommend you track down the Mafex Bane, as once this figure goes out of stock, it's gonna be pretty hard to come by. So don't pass on this Bane, especially if you've been collecting the Knightfall series, you're gonna want to have him in your collection. With that being said, don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out the rest of my action figure and Mafex videos. If you're in a position to help out the Dragon Den, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my fellow Dragonites coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.